look at this, this schedule, schedule number 3, and look at the study hours.
She should have stayed
Okay.
for an extra hour and a half when she had the free time.
That's right. So if you look at schedule 3, there are 6 hours of studying. 6 hours of studying in one day, that's a lot. But remember, this one was 10, so 6 sounds a lot better than 10. But look at the way the time is broken up. It's 2 hours for each subject. Well, that doesn't make sense given what we read up in the paragraph that she thinks math will be a lot harder than the other 2. So if you look at schedule number 2, there are still 6 hours of studying, but it's 3 hours for the hardest subject down to 1 for the easiest one. And so it's just a smarter way to kind of budget or manage your time. Now, one last thing about this. I hope you all know this, but I want to ask anyway. When you look at schedule 2, which is the best one, you notice that this person has scheduled to review or study math from 8 to 11 in the morning. That's 3 hours, right? That's what it says. So does that mean that they're supposed to sit down at 8 o'clock and then get up at 11 when they're done?
No.
Yeah, the answer is no. That's what it looks like there, but what are they supposed to be doing every hour? Yeah, a little break, whether it's 5, 10, 15 minutes, as long as your break isn't longer than you're studying. If you study 10 minutes and take a 50-minute break, that's bad. But you always need little breaks because your body needs that, your brain needs that, and as long as you remember to go back and study some more, then breaks are much better than just sitting there for a long, long, long time studying. So these are concepts, again, related to this solution number 2. All right? So that's the first problem, is trying to avoid cramming. And just by doing that, it can help your scores to go higher. But there's another problem that a lot of people struggle with. And so the way that I'll say this is the second problem is lack of knowledge. Okay, and I want to explain what I mean by that. By this, I don't mean lack of knowledge of the subject area. What I mean is lack of knowledge about what the test is going to be like. And all of you, I think, have had teachers before who are very mysterious about an upcoming test. They don't give you a study guide. They don't give you any real help to know what it will be like. They just say, go and figure it out. And other teachers are very specific and they tell you exactly what to study. Well, if you look at these 3 questions at the bottom of the page, these are 3 among several that are really good for you to know the answer to as far ahead of the test as possible. I don't mean 5 minutes before. I mean like a week before, 2 weeks before, because actually knowing the answers to these questions can change the way you study and get you a better grade. So I want to explain what I mean by this. And by the way, the next few minutes I'm going to write a lot of numbers on the board, and it's going to look like a math workshop. And if you're not a math person, don't tune me out. I want you to kind of follow anyway. Don't let the numbers scare you, okay? Let's say that you talk to a teacher 1 or 2 weeks before a test and you ask them the first question there. How many questions will be on the test that we have? Some students, when I tell them you need to ask that, they look at me and say, what difference does it make? If you have 20 questions or 50 or 100, you still have to study, so why would that be important to know? So I'll give you this example. Let's say that you ask this teacher, teacher number 1, how many questions are on the test? And they tell you that there are 50 questions. And we'll just say that they're all Scantron type questions just to make it easy. You look in your textbook